Hello and welcome everyone to Gundam of Gundams. I'm Josh.
This is Amy.
And today we got episode 2 of Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah?
A lot of things happen in this episode, so mostly the introduction of a lot of the characters we're going to see on the White Base. Then we also get to see some cool Char fights too. And just Char being a badass in general.
Yep, we get more of an introduction to Char. We barely saw him last episode. And then we get some more introductions to some other characters that we're going to get to know. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's a good setup.
Yep, it's just another setup episode. I just want to jump right into it.
Let's go.
Alright, so we just start off right where the last episode left off. Char is continuing his missile barrage, and we get a scene of like this gunner on like the exterior of the colony. He's like, "I need help, get me anyone," and then like the missile goes right where he is.
Yeah, so it's just more of the military personnel just dying in this colony. There's not that many left over. We'll find out later.
Yeah, but that explosion actually makes this really cool scene happen where in order to seal the like the damage shut, they use like this kind of like bubble thing that's like kind of being dragged towards the hole, and when it kind of touches the like the metal, it like pops and kind of seals the hole.
Yeah, like the bubblegum thing, and we were talking about it. We're like, wait, did they ever use this again? Because you said maybe in the series again here, but like in future series, I don't think we see it.
I don't think so. The closest that we really get to something like this is in Zeta Gundam. Camille does a very similar thing, but with the handkerchief. And of course, in Zeta Gundam, they have like the white gunk that they spray to like seal holes and stuff.
So maybe this is just like the precursor to it, but I don't remember any like other bubblegum ship, I guess, or colony repair things like I've ever seen. So
yeah. But then we go right back to seeing what Fraubo is doing. She's helping with the evacuation. Her and the kids almost get blown up by an explosion coming from down the corridor, but Amuro's able to save her.
Yes, with his big hand.
With the big hand.
Talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
And yeah, they're really relieved. She's relieved that it's Amuro's in there, because I think this is the first time she's seen him since he actually got in the Gundam. So after he told her to run, so
yeah. And then we get like this kind of funny frame where like the vents, like the mouth vents on the Gundam look like they're kind of pointing downwards, so it kind of looks like it's smiling.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Gundam vents, do you point upwards like the arrow, or do you point downwards in the arrow? Like, what do you want to do?
Or are they like perfectly sideways so that like either way you look at it, it looks different?
Like some kind of optical illusion.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the vents and stuff get changed so much, like I'm sure we'll take other frame pictures and we'll be like, wait, how many vents does it have? Does it have 3 or does it have 2?
Yeah, but right here it just looks kind of goofy. Like, it just looks like it's like he. And then right after that we get a shot of Ryu and Captain Paolo. Ryu is manning the gun. Captain Paolo is manning the gun. And Ryu is like, hey, I'm going to take over for you. That never quite happens. While they're kind of switching, there's an explosion. And Captain Paolo catches like all of the shrapnel.
Yeah, so it just explodes in his face, and this was like the first time Ryu
cheated death.
Yeah, he cheated death in this thing.
The first time he does. He's gonna do that a lot more times.
And then if you count, of course, the origin, that's one before this one, but
yeah,
not same continuity since we're in the TV show.
Not the same continuity. Hey, Captain Paolo almost looks like he got crucified here.
Hey, it's the closest thing we're gonna get to, I think, in Gundam. I don't remember any crucifixions in Gundam, but like I know it's like a huge thing in Japan where they just crucify people, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. But then we go see what Char is up to. We see Slender. For some reason, he's in a sling. What did he do that caused him to get injured? This was what I was kind of alluding to last episode, where we see Slender in a sling.
Yeah, and like later on in this episode, he won't be wearing it. So like, what's the point of it?
Yeah, it's like, is he just faking an injury? What's going on here?
It was a really quick healing thing. They put him in the healing tank like in Dragon Ball, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But the whole point here is that Char is going to contact Vice Admiral Dozel. That's about it. We go right back to the White Base. Fraubo is helping all these civilians, and Sayla comes over. She's like, hey, I need your help.
You gotta use bandages, right?
Yeah. Sayla is kind of in like nurse mode right now, and like nothing else really matters.
It makes sense though.
Yeah. So she can kind of seem a little short with people, I guess. She helps kind of fix up Captain Paolo to the best of her ability.
Yeah, we don't see how bad it is, but from her expressions and stuff, I can assume it's probably pretty bad.
Yeah. And the whole conversation with Paolo is that, like, apparently there's, like, less than 10, like, official Earth Federation military on the White Base now.
Yeah, so pretty much everybody's just dead.
Yeah, just everyone's gone. While they're talking about who's going to run, like, pilot the ship, Mirai's like, hey, might not be the same kind of deal, but I know how to fly space gliders. Which, how does that even work, a space glider?
You glide in space.
That makes no sense.
I don't know, man. To infinity and beyond.
What is there to glide on? Like solar rays, like in Stargazer?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, she does talk about later how she doesn't understand the power source, so maybe?
Maybe, I don't know. And Captain Paolo is like, oh, you're part of the Yashima family. It's like first kind of hint that we get that she's...
Kind of something big, I guess.
Yeah, something big. Like very important.
Yeah.
Char gets a hold of Dozel. Dozel's like, man, why didn't you show up to your own party? That's really rude of you.
And we don't get to see, like, how big of a man this guy is, because he's on, like, the screen, and, you know, you have Char leaning over this big-ass screen, which is really funny. But yeah, so this is the first introduction of Dozel. Basically, Char just says he needs more supplies and Zaku's, because guess what? He just lost 2 Zaku's, so...
Yeah, Dozel's, like, really surprised about that. He's like, what, you lost 2 Zaku's? How could you?
Yeah, so basically he's just telling Char to get as much information on the V project as possible, and he'll eventually get him the supplies.
Yep. Now to do this, Char ends up just kind of sneaking into the colony without a mobile suit. He just kind of takes his pilot suit and a couple of guys and just kind of infiltrates that way.
And really, he's the only one who goes in.
Yeah, he's the only one who goes in. Like, everyone else just kind of waits outside, which is like, what's even the point then?
I think technically they go in, but later on he'll tell them to retreat and go outside, but like, literally, he's the one doing all the work.
Yeah. We go back to the White Base. They're on the bridge. They're trying to get in contact with Amuro, who's piloting the Gundam. Eventually they do, and it's like, oh my god, it's a kid.
And it was really funny in the English dub, because we were watching that too, but Mirai basically calls him a techno freak.
Yeah, it's like, jeez.
Yeah, the Japanese one...
is a lot nicer to Amuro.
I think she says, like, he likes computers a lot or something, but, like, they literally call him a techno freak in the English one, which is kind of funny.
He's like, jeez, he was just building his own PC, come on.
But yeah, so Bright obviously is in opposition of Amuro being in the Gundam because he's a kid. Paulo's like, you know what? He's the only one who can do it until we find somebody he can. He's got to do it.
Like, we have better things to worry about right now, Bright.
Eyes on the prize, Bright.
Yep, eyes on the prize.
They do talk about using the super napalm, though.
Yes, the super napalm. They talk about using the super napalm to destroy the leftover Project V parts that they can't collect because the Musai is just still firing on them.
I think they said they can make like 3 or 4 either gun tanks or gun cannons with whatever parts they have left.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
Then we go to kind of inside the colony. See Fraubo and Sayla, they're getting ready to go out and look for more survivors. We are kind of introduced to Kai.
Yeah, we get a little brief introduction, get to see him do his little run right over there. Not going to be as good as the Zagok run that we'll get later on, but just to see Kai kind of like shuffle. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, so they ask him if he saw anyone, and Kai's like, hey, I was just worried about me. Which, honestly, that's pretty reasonable.
I mean, yeah, if you have explosions going around your face and everything, and you're just trying to get to, I guess, safe territory at that point, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. And Sayla's kind of upset that he doesn't want to go help, and she just slaps him.
And we got equal representation, guys. Amuro slapped Bravo in the first one, Sayla slapping Kai in this one, so you know, everybody gets some.
Yeah, everyone gets slapped in Gundam. It's equal opportunity.
We'll probably have to do a slap counter for Zeta Gundam, though.
Oh, yeah.
This one, I don't think there's as many, and if by some chance we start counting like a whole bunch, maybe we'll do a slap counter, but at this point, I don't remember as many as Zeta, so...
Yeah, there's nowhere near as many as in Zeta Gundam. Let's see. Char and all of his backup are in position. So the Musai starts firing on one end of the colony to kind of make a distraction.
Yeah, we were like wondering too. You said that if they needed to blow a hole for them to get in, and I couldn't remember if they actually did, but I think it's probably just more of a distraction at this point. Yeah,
like it seemed like there was an entrance like when Char was talking to his men. So that's probably where they went in. And again, we see Slender in the shot and he's not in a sling.
So like what changed like 20 minutes from now? Like, you know, you were in your pilot suit earlier, you needed the sling and now you don't? Like, I'm so confused, man.
Yeah. You go to Sayla and Fraubo, they're driving around looking for survivors. Fraubo is visibly upset. It makes sense, like her whole life has gone turned upside down.
Well, I'm pretty sure she drives by her house too, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
And then just like around them too, you can see just how jacked up like even the residential areas of the colony are. Like holes everywhere, you know, burns. It's just like, wow. It's just kind of funny in comparison to think with like G-Quux, because like Char was just targeting the military areas, whereas, you know, basically this whole colony now is just, it's a war zone, so...
Yep, and it's at that time when Sayla sees a Zeon soldier, and she immediately goes for the gun.
Hey, you see him, you gotta take out the gun.
Yep, get the gun. The soldier that she sees is Char. Char is taking pictures of, all the destroyed parts for the gun cannons and all that.
It was funny, too. We were, like, talking about, you saw, like, his biceps and, like, I don't know, he's got his butt's, like, showing through. It's just yeah.
First thing I noticed is that, Char goes to the gym. First thing Amy notices is, dang, Char has that bakery.
Now, he doesn't have his Quattro guns yet, but, he's a soldier. He's got to keep in shape.
Just looking at his butt, Amy. Come on.
It was right there. It was right there. What do you want me to do?
Anyways, Sayla holds Char at gunpoint. She's like, take off the mask. He does, and she recognizes that it's Casval, her brother.
At least she assumes it, I think.
Yeah. Char kind of thinks it too, but he's not really allowed to think much about it. He kind of kicks the gun away, which she was a pretty good distance away. How did he kick that gun?
He did like his Mr. Fantastic, stretchy kick.
And he pretty much immediately has to leave because Amuro and the Gundam is just walking up on them.
Yeah, we noticed too, like when Char takes off his helmet here, like his eyes are black. And I don't think it's till Zeta that they actually make his eyes blue. And that becomes kind of a important plot point, especially like in the origin, because Casval is supposed to have blue eyes versus, the real Char, so...
Yeah, the real Char Aznavour that, Casval kind of took his identity.
And I've tried going through some other screenshots of this series, and I don't see him with blue eyes. Now, that could change because we are going through the whole series ourselves versus, Googling pictures of Char and, crazy things. But for the most part, I don't see him in this first series with blue eyes. So I'm wondering, did that whole, origin kind of get set up after the series ended? Or... it seems like Quattro, when he does get the close-ups, that he does have some blue in his eyes. So that was kind of interesting to me. But anyway, back to our episode recap.
Yep.
Amuro burns all those parts.
Yeah, Amuro burns all those parts with the super napalm, which this is the only time it gets used. Like, I kind of feel like this would be like an interesting weapon to keep around, but...
burn all the broken shields that Amuro just leaves laying around.
I know, right? But before he can go back to where the white base is, like the hatch opens for him, but Char just kind of zoops in there.
Yeah, you see his cheeky smile before he goes in there.
Yeah, it just looks like a kid in a candy store. He's like, ew.
So yeah, he gets into the hatch, and Amuro's like, guys, there's a Zeon soldier coming.
Yep, and they're all shooting at him, but none of them can shoot him.
And that includes, everybody. So you have, Hayato, you got Kai.
Hayato, Kai, Ryu.
Some old dude.
Some old dude. Probably got some, wounded soldiers who are trying their best.
But it takes Bright.
Yeah, it takes Bright. Bright is awesome in this scene. He just, steps out and, pretty much just goes straight for him.
Yeah, he, flanks him from, the bridge of the white base as he's, kind of flying over. And then gets Char's camera.
Yep. Char's camera is destroyed, so that whole expedition was for nothing.
So what if Char's camera survived? I mean, he did take pictures of, not just the white base, but, all those parts for the, the whole V project. Do you think it would have, meant anything to Zeon, or no?
I don't know. Personally, I don't really think so. Maybe some things they would develop faster, but I don't think it would have made that much of a difference.
Well... So, Char's camera is broken. They basically just gotta escape.
Yep, Char just blows up both doors for the airlock, and I'm kind of surprised that no one flew out.
Good thing they were right by the ship.
Yeah. Amuro does chase after him, but whether it's because he just does not feel comfortable shooting people, or he can't lock on... He just cannot hit Char and his group.
If that were me, I would have peed my pants. Oh my god, that would have scared me so much.
Because you just have this, beam rifle shooting at you.
Well, yeah, and it's like, it doesn't even have to directly hit you. I mean, you could be close enough and just burn you. And, you know, even if you just burn a little part of your, like, suit, you're out in the vacuum of space. Good luck with that.
Char and his group kind of go back to the Musai, and the Musai is launching their Zakus.
Yeah, for Char and Slender.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the White Base is leaving port, and the Musai is kind of covering for Char and Slender by shooting missiles.
Oh, we can't forget Bright makes the power move already on Mirai.
Oh yeah, he's like, you're being tense. Just relax.
Like, man, he was claiming that even in the second episode.
Yeah, we see the injured soldiers helping out the civilians with how to work the ship.
Everybody's pretty much just doing their job, just trying to, like, learn it. Try not to die at this point.
But Amuro does shoot down both missiles, and then they get some heat signatures on the radar. But one of them is going 3 times faster.
That's not how a Zaku moves.
And then Captain Paolo starts having flashbacks.
He's like 3 times faster. It's the red
no.
comet. You get this freeze panel too, where like the screen all turns red and everything.
It's like, it's the red comet. Run away!
I'm assuming like he would have to have been at Loom too. I mean, maybe not, but you know, he talks about it like, you know, he was there, so.
He's like, get out of here! No!
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah, but he's freaking out, and so, you know, I'm sure Bright's freaking out too. I'm sure he's heard of the Red Comet, though at this point he's like, what? Barely kind of like a few months into his tenure, so I doubt that he's actually come into contact with Char before, so.
No. But then we get Char in his red Zaku. Some might call it pink, but it's supposed to be red.
Hey, in the paint colors, like the Gundam markers, it's called Char Red.
Yeah, see? It's red. It's not pink, guys.
Even though it's a pink hue. By the way, like, you have to buy those marker sets when you do, like, the Char kits, because it's just such a unique color. You're not going to find that color anywhere else.
Yeah. Char does his famous lines like, let's test the power of your brand new mobile suit kind of deal, you know? And Amuro's like, hey, you know what? It's a mobile suit this time. I can do this.
Bright's like, no, you're not ready for this.
Like, just watch me.
Yeah, basically.
So he fires at Char and he just like disappears.
It was hilarious watching you try to take the screenshot of that. He just moves so fast.
He does move so fast. I couldn't get a good screenshot of him dodging.
Yeah, it basically just turns into a blur like that when you like did like that, you know, just a tap on the pause again to get that screenshot. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, but Char like disappears and Amuro's like, where'd he go? And then he just kind of gets a direct hit from behind him. But it doesn't do anything because the Gundam is just, you know, that strong defensively against the Zaku.
Yeah, the armor is just so superior against any attack you're going to get from a Zaku at this point.
Yeah, and that's going to be kind of the whole story of this battle, right? So, the Gundam, its armor is too good, and its mobility is too good.
And then if you get hit by one of its weapons, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah, and its firepower is too good. Char is putting up a good fight.
He's getting in hits, you know. He's dodging things, so it's not like Char isn't doing any of the work here. But, like, literally Slender's not doing anything.
Yeah, Slender is kind of a drag on this team. And you were kind of bringing this up earlier, like, why didn't Char try to capture the Gundam like Rambaral's team tried to?
Yeah, so, like, later on you'll see them, like, when Sayla's in the Gundam, they take out, like, the main camera and the eyes and everything, but, like, you talked about it, that there's just, Char's doing this by himself, essentially. Like, he doesn't have a good team. Like, Rambaral might not be as good of a pilot as Char, but he had the teamwork, though.
Yeah, like, he had a team, and that team like worked really well together. Char is pretty much a one-man army in these first few episodes. He doesn't really have a team.
Well, it sounds like from this episode and the last one that, because you know that Gene, I guess he was a rookie. I'm assuming Slender doesn't have much experience under his belt. I think the only one is maybe Denim. But like Char's dealing with a lot of rookies and stuff on this team, so I'm sure that their teamwork is not even there.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Char that he didn't have anyone really great to work with.
I mean, because honestly, if he could have captured the Gundam, like, Amuro could have been in the dark, he would have not known what to do, and they could have taken it back to the Musai, which I don't think they'd have trouble escaping, so... What, they had Ryu and the core fighter? That was basically all the white base had left over.
Yeah.
Because nobody was piloting the gun tank or the gun cannon yet, so...
I don't think it was even ready yet.
No, I don't think so. I think they had to kind of put together parts with anything of the other two, so... It's like, this was the perfect opportunity, but Char did not have the right pieces to actually, you know, I guess accomplish this mission.
Yeah. But speaking of Slender, Ryu is able to distract Char long enough so that Amuro can shoot him.
Yeah, and he's a bobbing and a weaving, but
Yeah,
he doesn't move like Char.
Kind of weaving a little bit, but he's not weaving enough.
Yeah, he doesn't like do the blur like Char does off the camera. And, you know, just gets shot.
Shot. It only takes one shot from the beam rifle.
And that is kill number 4.
Kill number 4, it's Slender.
Slender. So we're on 4 on the kill count now.
Do you think Slender just became Slender Man?
Maybe. What do you think? I would assume, like, with all, like, Gene and Denim, they're obviously like jeans. They're pun off of jeans. I guess Slender would be like the...
Like skinny jeans?
Skinny jeans, yeah. I don't know, he could have turned into the Slender Man. Who knows?
Who knows? But Char is just kind of...
Well, I mean, he's impressed by the firepower.
Like, he is impressed by the firepower, but he's also kind of pissing himself.
Yeah.
It's like, my god, like that mobile suit has the firepower of a battleship. What am I supposed to do about that?
So, you know, he's like, you know, I just gotta retreat, gotta get out of here.
Yeah, he can't work with what he's got at the moment.
Well, it's just him right now, and he still needs more supplies, so...
Yep.
Now we'll go into our next episode.
And then Amuro runs out of ammo for the beam rifle, so he goes back to the white base.
What if Char had stayed out there and, you know... I know he didn't know that the ammo on the beam rifle was gone, but, like, what if he had actually confronted Amuro with just his Zaku?
Probably wouldn't have really gotten anywhere, because we'll kind of see that in the next few episodes, because Char beats Amuro, like, really bad, hand-to-hand combat-wise.
True, yeah, true.
And it doesn't really do anything.
True.
But anyways, Amuro goes back to the white base. He goes straight to the bridge, and I don't know why Bright does this. He was like a pretty decent leader this whole episode, and then he just goes and, wow, just like, wow, Amuro, that really sucked, okay? You need to pilot better and not rely on the Gundam's performance, which I agree with. But at the same time, it's like now's probably not the correct time for that.
That's kind of funny when he walks up to him. At first, he's like sizing him up. So like you see his eyes move and everything, just kind of examine Amuro. It's probably just, you know, Bright being a new soldier. That's probably what they did to him in basic. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, that's probably what they did to him.
So, you know, that's probably why he does that. He doesn't exactly have, I guess, that much leadership or mentorship at this point. I mean, Paulo was kind of dying. He's just kind of lying there on the bridge.
He's going in and out. He's having flashbacks of the Battle of Loom.
So, it's just, this is the first kind of major Bright and Amuro interaction, and obviously that's going to become more of a bigger thing as the series goes on, but it's just kind of funny how they start off on such rocky ground.
Yep, but then after this, it's just them heading off towards Luna 2, which is the Earth Federation's really only stronghold in space.
It's a giant space potato.
Yeah, it's just a giant rock.
Though it doesn't look as big. I mean, I guess they're far away in this shot at the end of the episode. It's just kind of funny, but like, I remember I showed you that video with like the scale of like the colony and then Axis and then, the solar mirrors, and then you have just Luna 2, and it's just like this huge space potatoes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna eventually get to the space potato.
But first, we do have to do a few things. That's going to be in episode 3.
Yeah, so Char's gonna be getting his supplies, and then we will see what happens in episode 3.
And we're going to see how well he gets his supplies.
The biggest question, who will survive?
Well, Slender didn't.
No, Slender's dead.
Slender's gone.
Alright, well yeah, that is the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Got a kill count of 4, with Slender dying. And anything from this episode in particular you wanted to point out?
Not particularly. Again, kind of going to my point last week where I was saying how people will say that Amuro is like a Gary Stu character. Like, dude literally gets, like...
Oh, he got his ass whooped in the Gundam.
Yeah.
If Char had a better mobile suit, it would have been over.
Yeah, if they were on equal ground, Char would win, like, hands down. I think people tend to forget how advanced the Gundam is to Izaku.
Yeah, literally all that armor and, of course, all the weapons and they carry everything. So, but Amuro eventually gets better, but right now he is relying on the mobile suit way too much.
Yeah.
By no fault of his own, he's got to learn.
Yeah, what? Like, this is his second battle?
Exactly. So it's honestly amazing that he survived. I mean, especially against Char, who is, obviously giving Paulo, PTSD, so...
Giving trained soldiers just PTSD, like, no!
Get us out of here, run!
It's like the boogeyman, which... Thinking about Mobile Suit Gundam from Char's perspective is just kind of hilarious.
Because the Gundam is like the boogeyman?
Yeah, because it's... Okay, so imagine you are like the top guy in your field pretty much. Like, there are like other Xeon aces, but you're the one who's like gotten all the fame and all the glory pretty much. And then all of a sudden, there is just this thing that you cannot contend with. It just kind of comes out of nowhere.
I guess it's probably why it did get the nickname of the White Devil eventually. It would make perfect sense. I mean, besides that, it's... I guess the other characters are kind of briefly introduced, so we don't get too much of them.
Yeah, we don't get too much of Mirai or too much of Kai.
A little bit more of Sayla, though we don't know anything about, I guess, her past enough to kind of put it together at this point.
Yeah, like maybe a little bit about Ryu, but there's nothing really there yet.
So, I mean, and it's a whole cast. It's like a whole crew of the ship, so it takes time to get to know them more. I'd say probably learned a little bit more about Brights, if anything, but yeah, it's just kind of brief introductions, so we haven't really gone to meet the White Base crew quite yet.
We haven't gotten to meet Job John yet, Amy.
Yeah, he's probably like one of the 10 that are actually survived from the military.
I care about Job John.
hey, Job John does go on to do good things later on. And you know what? I think we take for granted, Marker and Oscar actually living because, dang, they probably helped Mirai out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So, shout out to Marker and Oscar for staying alive and probably pulling a lot of that weight on the bridge.
Yeah, they likely did.
And we can't forget about, well, we haven't seen him yet, but we'll see the chef soon.
Yes. The chef.
Was it Tamura or whatever?
Yeah, Tamura or whatever.
Yeah. So he survived. He's one of those lucky 10.
We might see him in either the next episode or the one after that.
Oh yeah, because I'll eat food soon, but...
Yeah, and then Kai's gonna be like, how come Amuro gets a bigger portion?
Yeah, but dang. So we have to give our props to, well, Bright, because Bright's a badass, and which we've already discussed that from this episode, when he goes and shoots at Char. Only one to get the clean shot off.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick like the standout character this episode because it's either gonna be Char or it's gonna be Bright.
It's probably still more Char, just because I don't know, if he had the equipment, he would have killed them all. Let's just be honest. If Slender was actually doing his job, I don't know, and maybe helping distract, from Amuro a little bit more, so, Char could do his thing. Maybe they could have had some success. Maybe Char could have, taken out the main cameras or something, but who knows? That's a what if. Lala didn't think of that, did she?
Guess not. I wonder if there was a scenario she made where, Jean wasn't an a-hole.
I don't know. I don't think she can manipulate the person.
Be like, okay, I'm going to make it so Jean doesn't disobey orders.
Or maybe she makes it where Denim just goes, I don't know. There's just so many what ifs, man. I just don't think Lala has omnipotent powers over, how somebody is going to act.
A reality where Denim is just like, okay, leave Jean to do whatever. I'm heading back with Slender.
Well, it might have helped. No, maybe it would have helped in this battle if Denim was still alive. Who knows? But there's just so many what if factors you can take into this. Though, you know what? I do feel kind of justified from G-Generation Eternal because they call her Sorceress Lala and she looks pretty damn evil. So I kind of feel like I'm justified in calling her a witch. Though, later on we'll see in this series I don't exactly hate her here, so I don't know. Just bringing that up.
Yes, we all know your rant about Lala.
Just watch one of our G-Quux reviews.
Yeah, watch the one where Lala is introduced in G-Quux, and you're going to hear her rant about it.
But anyway, I digress. Any other standout scenes from this episode? Because I think we've pretty much gone through it, like the ones that we were really talking about.
I don't really think so. Standout scenes for me, of course, like the fight with Char, Char dodging all those bullets while taking pictures. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. Those are the ones we discussed, so. Anyways, good episode. We are in the progression. We are thinking about maybe doing a map eventually when the white base gets served to try to track where they're going. Because it gets a little loopy.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, they're trying to get to Jaburo, and then they get sidetracked all over the place.
Yeah, and then starting it here doesn't really matter. Maybe we'll eventually do the space map, but
the space map is a lot more straightforward.
Very linear.
But for example, later on, the episode where Garma dies, some sources will have it say, "Oh, this is in New York," and then other sources will say, "No, this is in like Seattle or California or wherever." And it's just like, okay, pick a spot.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do our best to map this out because it gets confusing.
It's like it can't be New York because they're trying to go west.
Who knows? Yeah, I can't think of anything in particular this episode.
No, I think that's about it for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll sign off. The next episode, of course, I think it's called "The Plan to Attack" or
Vote to attack.
Vote to attack.
Yeah, because they're gonna vote.
We're gonna be very democratic.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's this episode. Anything coming up, Josh, that we should know of, or?
Not that I can think of. Just a regular gaming video Friday. For Gundam Battle Operation 2, I might cut out all the lobby bits. Because...
sometimes it takes forever to get a person to actually play with you.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut out all the lobby bits because that last episode wasn't really all that great. So... just going to focus on recording only the battles. Unless there's like a banner or something I want to give focus on, or...
Yeah, sounds good. Oh, is anybody else thinking about the submitting something for the Gunpla World Cup? Because that's coming up.
Yeah, that is coming up.
Maybe we'll do something. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, at this point, if I'm gonna submit something, it's gonna be something I already built.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would probably submit my my Katoki new Gundam.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah. Top coated, painted like details in there. Did all the water decals.
Looks really good. Well, it's right over on the counter next to us, so that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Gunpla World Cup, that's like the registration's coming up. So if you guys are doing anything, let us know in the comments. You guys can always post pictures and stuff too. We're still building Gunpla. I'm still building Gunpla.
Yeah, we're waiting on Amy.
It's always owing to me. Well, I did put some more paint on a part that I'm painting because it needed to be completely painted. So stop being a jerk to me.
No.
And yeah, I think that's everything. So if we have no more announcements, all I can say is like, share, and subscribe. Join us for episode 3. And that's all I can say.
Yep, join us next week for episode 3. I think that's about it.
Alright, cool.
Alright. This has been Josh.
This is Amy.
For Gundam of Gundams. See y'all later.
Bye-bye.